appearances. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
Thaboxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and they're taking those punches.
Wladimir Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Fight week has started. The grand arrivals took place yesterday on the terrace rooftop of a New York City Meridian Hotel. Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, Manuel Robles, Rob McCracklin, Joe Gallagher, Callum Smith, Tommy Coley, everyone in attendance, beverages being served, very bougie on the rooftop, but a lot of information, some breaking news of some alleged fights, potential matchups being spoken of, Dazn viewership numbers. Joe McCroskey, the VP of Dazn, very happy with the Canelo numbers. AJ's takeover. They're not here to take part. They're here to take over. And that's what we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss the Britain boxing fans, public, coming out to visit Anthony Joshua here in Madison Square Garden. I interviewed Eddie Hearn, and he confirmed 7,000 Brits will be coming, be in attendance to watch Anthony Joshua. So, yeah, man, this is what we're going to be talking about. There's a lot. I mean, there's going to be subcategories for sure because there's so many quotes. We got quotes from Anthony Joshua and his feelings on Deontay Wilder and the fight not taking place and the whole Luis Ortiz being next. Then I interviewed Eddie, and it's like, whoa, he showed me the texts and everything for the Luis Ortiz fight with AJ. So it's like, wow, we got to give AJ credit. Like, he really tried to fight Luis for a late-minute replacement. Like, everything we thought he didn't want to do, he really tried to fight this dude who was going to be a southpaw in 5 weeks. That's impressive to me. Maybe my opinion changes of AJ all of a sudden. The offer was real. Follow-up offers. If you lost, tune-up offers for substantial amount of money. I mean, Lewis needs to practice that straight left on his Dade County promoters, all I'm saying. But good morning, everybody. Good morning to Mike. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype if you're international, if you're in another country, or if you just don't want to use your minutes, you want to have absolute fantastic call quality. Use your Skype app. You can download that on either Android or iPhone. It's absolutely free. Speaking of free apps, download the Patreon app and head on over to patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice or search us, The Boxing Voice, on Patreon, and make sure you subscribe there to get exclusive, never before seen or heard podcast content where we ask you questions on what we should do, where we put our questions, or where we put our posts so that you can present your questions to Deontay Wilder and whatever other person we have the privilege of interviewing. But let me get on out to my co-host in Indiana.
Wladimir Productions.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. He stayed out before he said he was not.
A man stand up for what he believes in, and when you stand up for what you believe in,
You accept whatever consequences come behind it.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yo, what's up, people out there in the TBV universe? Back with another one, Anthony Joshua and the whole gang come from the UK, and they seem to be invading New York City. So big out to Callum Smith, big up to my guy Joshua Boatsy, big up to my guy Anthony Joshua, big up to all the Brits coming on over to take part in this nice occasion that we have on June 1st. Yeah, man, I didn't really see much TBV interviews because I went to sleep kind of early, but I did catch the IFL interview when it came out. Yeah, definitely some things to talk about in that. Like I said, about a month ago, a couple weeks ago, I didn't think the offer from Joshua or to Ortiz was bullshit. I did believe with that when Eddie said that Joshua wanted Ortiz straight away, that he wanted him, and yeah, man, I just think that taste coming in, and I just think that I'm happy everything comes to the light. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that fans are able to see that Joshua was really trying to make that fight and really trying to make it happen. So big up to Joshua, and we'll start the show.
Yeah, man. So why did you choose the title Invade? Why do you think they're invading?
Katie Taylor, Anthony Joshua, Tommy Coyle, Callum Smith, Joshua Boatsy, Adam Smith, Eddie Hearn, my guy, what's the guy's name? Frank Smith, the guy Garth, what the fuck his name is, the one that does interviews all the time with Fury, Coogan Cassius. I mean, it just seems like they brought the whole top level upcoming roster over. Top level meaning I think Callum Smith and Anthony Joshua are Eddie Hearn's two best people signed to Matchroom under contract, and just everybody else coming up, man, like the Holly Tolly prospects, Katie Taylor, you know what I'm saying? She's a threat, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think it was good to see all those Brits come over and kind of get the ball rolling.
I can see that. You know, his team is posting like, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over.
And that's that's the best way to invade.
Yeah, no, I mean, just I don't know if you've seen any of those hashtags and
absolutely not.
Okay. So, what did you think of the first of its kind Monday? What did they call it? Special interview, arrival reception for Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz and undercard fighters, because everyone was there except Chris Algieri.
Was it really like first of its kind though?
I've never seen something like this on a Monday, let alone, you know, if anybody wants to find something that happened on a Monday, I can guarantee they will not find it happening on a Monday on a Memorial Day.
Yeah, maybe not on a holiday or Monday.
I almost thought to myself, like, I asked a few people, like, man, I wonder if they knew it was Memorial Day. It's almost a bit, I don't want to say disrespectful, but like everyone has that day off because of Memorial Day, because of the, you know, men and women that put in service. But I looked at it as perfect.
Real quick thing on Memorial Day, Javier brought this to my attention, and I wasn't aware of it, so I'm not trying to make you seem like you're not aware of it, but Memorial Day is for the fallen, passed away troops that sacrificed for our country. I messed up and said salute to all the veterans out there, and Javier let me know that veterans get mad when you do that, you know what I'm saying, because they have their own day, and Memorial Day is for the fallen soldiers. Sorry.
Well, there you go. Hence why we don't work, because we're respecting the fact that so many people have died to, you know, protect the country. But so, you know, obviously some Americans might take that offensively, but I looked at it strategically, like, all right, this means there'll be less media here because there will be Americans that are barbecuing, who doesn't have a barbecue on a Memorial Day, right? Who isn't at the pool or the lake? That's when the state actually opens up all the state lakes and parks and things like that, and you can do, those things if you're not already doing it in your backyard. But for Americans, it's traditional to barbecue. Did you barbecue yesterday?
No, man, it's fight week. I ain't eating none of that fatty shit. Ate a salad
That's right.
And a chicken breast.
That's right. I almost forgot about that. It's funny that you didn't barbecue, because you always barbecue and it's not Memorial Day. But yeah, I looked at it as a good thing. I said, all right, there'll be less media. We'll be able to get some good content. And it's always good going to these things because you just hear things. Like I heard a little rumor of Marcus Brown and Dimitri Bivol on a Dazn card in August, and
you remember
that made me happy.
I think it was about a month ago when I told you Bivol was waiting to see what Marcus Brown was going to do, get the mandatory popping or take the Pascal fight first. So yeah, it makes sense for them to be fighting later on this year on the zone. That's where Bivol last fight was at.
Possibly. I mean, it isn't. I don't know. Like I said, rumor, but I mean, just the fact that they're already talking and they have tentative dates and things like that. It's, I'm obviously more than a boxing fan, but as a boxing fan, I'm always happy to receive news like that, where instead of hearing two entities can't work together, I'm always happy to hear the two entities are finding a way to make it work, like obviously Joshua Wilder. Whenever those headlines break, we'll all be happy. I mean, I remember Mayweather Pacquiao. I was definitely happy for that, when it finally happened. But yeah, man, AJ looks good. He looks slimmer. We were all, the media was all talking about that when he came out. He does look slimmer, but looks in tip-top shape. Looks like he had a good sparring session. If you can check the YouTube right now, we're showing a clip that, we took from the reception, and he's a little bruised or scraped on the left eye.
He said that came from physio.
Physio.
Yeah, healing, recovering, bouncing himself back. And, well, that's what he told Radio Raheem. He said, I don't take no punishment.
Okay. I mean, Mayweather also denied the black eye that Earl Spence gave him. It's why. Some guys say, look, like Broner. Broner says, look, you want to take the punishment in training camp so that on fight night you're nice, but wrong guy to quote, on fight night he's usually not nice depending on the opposition. But Andy Ruiz, bro, I wonder, I can't wait, for this fight, Mike. I feel like, man, he's saying all the right things. I know it doesn't mean anything in terms of winning the fight, but it's like I told him and other people that I've interviewed yesterday, he felt that void, and I'm happy for that, because I would have been let down if we had a dude that was monotone, that wasn't, saying the right things, that wasn't checking the boxes. We would have missed Big Baby so much more, because we knew Big Baby was getting under AJ's skin. And no, Ruiz isn't doing that, but I find like a fresher breath air in the fact that he's so confident. Now, obviously confidence means absolutely nothing. But if he had no confidence, we'd be, discrediting him or questioning him, But yeah, what's your overall take on all his headlines, all the words that he's saying? Like, he seems so sure.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing that I said yesterday. I mean, I don't expect anything less coming from a guy who's taking up the challenge. He wants the public to make it seem like it's going to be a competitive fight, which I'm not saying that it's not, but I think Joshua is the heavy favorite. But the headlines is cool. You know what I'm saying? You got to get people talking about the fight, get people writing about the story. But I know Joshua said something interesting that if Ruiz started chatting shit or started talking shit, and I'm paraphrasing, then I will smack him down too, or beat him down too, or something like that. So whatever Ruiz has been saying has made it back to Joshua, and hopefully that the message that Joshua said in the media made it back to Ruiz, and we can have some words come Thursday at the press conference.
Yeah, I mean, look, I for me, height advantage, I act like it means something. You know, I feel like reach and height.
What's up, nigga? You taking motherfucking spread photos or something?
What do you mean?
Got the nigga with the motherfucking veins popping out, with the scenery in the background.
I mean,
with his head turned sideways, kind of like Rainbow Danny.
That's what a champ. That's what a champ looks like. That's what a 4-belt holder champion looks like, man. Like, don't be mad at my man because he flexing.
I'm just saying, man. It seemed like he told him to pose or something. But all right.
I mean, look, I'm just trying to make sure that we have a good visualization that portrays the British unified IBO, IBF, WBO, WBA champion well.
That shit look like a fucking meme. Me looking down at all my haters.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, that shit look like a motherfucking meme.
Okay. I mean, look at this side by side though, man. I mean, Ruiz is not the biggest crayon in the box, you know. But that's what he's like grabbing onto. Like, they're all underestimating me, all the writers. Yo, he's such a nice guy. The smile doesn't come off, and I wonder, is this the normal with all Anthony Joshua opponents? Have you noticed if they all smile this much? Are they all happy to be in the moment? I just felt like he was so happy. Like, I spoke to his dad and his manager and found out some interesting things. Check this out. Guess who's his manager?
Who?
Well, I think his name is Danny Garcia, but guess who his manager manages?
My Ruiz manager?
Yes, sir.
He manages what weight class?
One of your boys.
What weight class,
mans in them.
Regis?
Welterweight.
Oh, really? Wow. Terrence Crawford? No, not Terrence Crawford, but Jaron Ennis.
Nope.
I don't know, man.
Jose Benavidez.
Ah, shit, I would never guess that.
And David Benavidez. Bro, I got the entire inside scoop off camera, but he ain't telling me I couldn't tell the story. I just ain't never turned the camera on. The way we was talking, it just organically happened like that. But I got the whole story on when Benavidez tried to go to Top Rank. Bro, he did that on his own, without the manager's approval, without the dad's. Bruh, it was crazy. I mean, I don't know if you have ever heard that Pacquiao Oscar De La Hoya story with the briefcase, $250,000.
No, I never heard of it.
All right, I'm going to stop right there and see if one of the callers might call in and be like, yo, I remember that. And then we'll go back to that because funny. Similar stories is all I can say, you know.
Bob came with a briefcase.
Came with the moolah. bruh, I thought that was illegal, man. I don't know what's going on, bruh.
Is it tampering? Is he on a contract? He's not under a promotional contract, so it's considered not tampering.
I mean, according to Mr. Garcia, he took him back to Al, and Al took him back. He was worried that Al wouldn't be taken back. Excuse me, that Benavidez wouldn't be taken back because of what he did and how he did it. I
mean, Al's a smart guy. He probably figured out that the guy seen his brother over there. Probably just want to fight on the same number as his brother. Al seemed like a forgiving type of. Well, I don't know what it seemed like because I never met the guy. Just saying off of. It doesn't seem like Al hold grudges. You know what I'm saying? If he did, Be a lot of fighters out here like never mind.
So, obviously, this is one disgruntled, and I guess he's not disgruntled, right? Because he's got Jose Benavidez over there in another fight with Luis Collazo, with no indication that Benavidez is going to jump ship from Top Rank. But he did say, in plain English, verbatim, Top Rank doesn't like to pay, man. Top Rank doesn't like to pay. Like, just repeating that shit over and over. I'm like, okay. Okay, because I said, yo, but isn't it better for Benavidez to be over there? Because eventually he'll move up to 75. And, you know, you got Zuldo and all those guys or whatever. And he's like, nah. So, I don't know. Interesting. All I'm saying is you learn a lot. You hear a lot in Fight Week. Guess who else I seen?
Pay what you weigh. You seen Adam Smith?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen Adam Smith. But I seen Neil, the security guard.
Yeah, I seen him too.
Yo, he's actually taller than I thought. And it's
Taller
funny.
than motherfucker.
It's funny because the first time we met, we were face to face, and we were literally face to face. But this time, I actually checked the shoes because they do have like a thicker sole. Like they were actually pretty cool shoes if you have to wear shoes all day. So they look like shoes, but they had like a sneaker sole, almost like the Nike ones that you could see right through. It was fucking weird. It was like an air bubble. So I don't know how much them platforms helped him out, but goddamn, he tall. I thought I was tall. He tall.
I seen him come off the elevator. Then I seen Joshua. I'm like, damn, is that Neil? Like, about 6'9".
We talked. I don't know if he just act like he didn't know it was me. And I obviously ain't gonna bring that shit up. I wasn't trying to get kicked out of that event. But yeah, it was okay. Seen Callum Smith as well.
Shout out Callum Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Very
probably
tall, bro.
Huh?
Very, very tall. Cause I'm tall. He's
he's
very
6'4".
tall. Very tall. And he says he makes the way easy too, you know, because I asked him, would he be able to stick around for those unifications, being as though, you know, those unifications are going to be political to make and take some time. And he said he could, but you know what he keeps talking is the Canelo, and I interviewed his trainer, Joe Gallagher. They're both on that Canelo thing. I wonder if they already know, bro. Like, that's cool, kind of, right? Canelo be going for the real title at 68 now?
Yeah, WBA might mandate it, but yeah, I mean, he beat up his brother. I mean, what you expect? I mean, he's trying to get some revenge for the family, and he knows that that'll be a big fight. Maybe they'll do that fight down in Mexico, because Canelo said or left the door open that he may want to fight in Mexico later on this year. So if that works out, that'll be excellent for Canelo, and it'll be excellent experience for Callum Smith. I think this fight, I can't say he's bigger because Canelo does big numbers wherever he goes, but I think the influx of fans by having it in Mexico or in the UK will be like a great atmosphere for both fighters, and give them something to write down memory lane for years to come.
You know, we spoke about that, Gallagher and myself. You can check that interview out, obviously, on youtube.com/Thaboxingvoice. And he said that they won't go to Mexico unless Canelo came to Liverpool first. And, you know, I told him, you know, it's possible, but why would Canelo? When you're that big of an A-side, you usually don't do that. Like, Floyd never fought in the UK. As much as we wanted him to, as much as he just never did. But I spoke to Adam Smith, who says that those fights where the UK fans have to stay up, as long as it's a super fight, Sky Sports always has record-breaking pay-per-view sales. So he's not sure they're going to stay up for Andy Ruiz, but he's sure that they will stay up for the Wilder Joshua, and it would break records kind of like every other super fight, because he mentioned, you know, the Mayweather Canelos and the Canelo Triple G and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? UK fan are boxing fans, and if the name is big enough, if the fight's big enough, then they'll definitely tune in no matter what time it is. Just like us, you know what I'm saying? I remember, this wasn't even a big fight, but we tuned in one Friday morning, like around 6 or 7 o'clock, to see Tevin Former win his first world title IBF strap. So, as long as it's, you know what I'm saying, good boxing or like a recognizable name, then fans would tend to stay up. But back to that Liverpool shit. Yeah, Callum, you're not the ace. You're not really, let's say, a money motivator for a Canelo. If Canelo wanted to beat you, you know what I'm saying, he'd probably be blessing you. And by coming to Liverpool, I just think that's not even in the realm of possibility. If they were to do a fight over in the UK, it'll probably be at the O2, or possibly they'll try to do a stadium fight. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Wembley or whether it be Cardiff. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see them having Canelo and Callum Smith down in Liverpool.
Rod in the 870 with the super chat says, please don't forget the 2-for-1 ticket deal with the laughing out loud emoji. I'm gonna need you to call in and kind of tell me what that is, unless Mike, you've seen something like this.
No, man, I'm not here to.
You're
all
not
these
gonna pull
people in
a
the
Eddie.
chat.
You're
All
not
these
gonna
people
pull a
in the
Eddie
chat.
because Eddie's doing it. Eddie's
Yeah. I'm
Eddie's
not.
all in my interview saying that the Wilder
Did like 6,000, 7,000. Yeah, I know.
and that those numbers are fake. And I'm like Eddie, we don't have any way of proving that. He's like, come on, mate. And I'm like, bruh, aren't those numbers consistent with his other? Like, he's acting like they reported 20,000. And then that would be like, oh shit, that's more than he's ever done. That's 6,000 more than he's ever done. But like, to report numbers he's done before, so his response was, I think his response was like, it's Brazil. How could they do 13,000 with Brazil? I'm like, whatever, man. Let's just keep it moving to another subject.
My real quick, my little thing is like, for everybody out there in the chat, you know what I'm saying, the pre-pro chat, the motherfucking YouTube chat, just out there like with these narratives that ticket sales and just how many people were there, how many tickets did Wilder sell, how many has AJ sold, how many is AJ going to sell. Bruh, I'm not really invested in all that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I know ticket sales might decide who the A side or all that shit, but long as people enjoy the fight, long as people talk about the fight afterwards on social media, long as these fighters are coming in and making good money, like why do we give a fuck about ticket sales?
Bro, let me tell you something. That's the fans' way of getting at Wilder. But the truth is,
I've been seeing it both ways though. I've been seeing it both ways though. I've been seeing people say that Eddie Hearn is out here, third party selling tickets. You know what I'm saying? Buying up a lot of tickets, selling like that. Or there's not that many Brits coming over. It was 10,000, now it's 7,000, or it was 12,000, now it's 10, now it's 7. I mean, bruh, as long as people enjoy the fight, as long as we get something to Sunday, come back and be like, oh shit, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Oh my, what a great fight, or oh, what a brutal knockout. That's what all matters in boxing. You know what I'm saying? As long as we have this divide about people saying fuck the zone or fuck Showtime, how can the sport grow?
I hear you, man. I hear you. That's why, like, it's difficult. It's like, Eddie's telling me Anthony Joshua is instructing him to get that Wilder fight. But how do you go about doing that when you're discrediting the man's ticket sales in every single interview? Not just in mine's, in everyone's. He's saying the same thing. I just don't get how we're ever gonna get this fight, man. And when I speak to him, he doesn't know. I'm like, but what about John Skipper? I thought he was there. I thought Shelly is in communication. And that doesn't even make Eddie feel confident. He obviously listened to the show and he quoted the show when Wilder said what he said about not fighting Joshua, but then the possibility of it happening. And, it brought us to the deal. And he has no logical answer. He admits, like, that's going to be the title. He admits that Wilder should have known what was in the pot. It's within reason, you know? Like, everyone is like, oh, this deal, you turned down this deal. But it's like, who the fuck doesn't know the sum total, Eddie? And he couldn't answer it. And he says, yeah, but we can negotiate. It's like, how do you negotiate when you came there to negotiate, but you wouldn't reveal the sum? How is that a negotiation? How could you now say we're going to negotiate? I don't know, man.
It's just a bigger flat fee. That's all it was.
We talked about the pride factor too, though, you know? Because everyone is at fault. There's no more...
Like, I got to be consistent real quick. Just because Eddie comes out and bashes Wilder, I don't think that hinders the fight that much at all. As long as John Skipper and Shelly Finkel are talking and having an open dialogue, and Eddie's still in the dark, so he can't spill the beans or can't say what's going on behind closed doors, I think it's good. I think it's really refreshing to have Shelly and John Skipper going back and forth, meeting every week, talking every week, you know what I'm saying, and doing that, and just let promoters be promoters and kind of let John Skipper see if he can bring it home, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. How could you bring it home? There's no formal DAZN invitation for Wilder to be at the AJ fight. There's no invitation from AJ for Wilder to be at the fight. We know that AJ doesn't want opponents to be at the fight unless the fight is already signed and they're going to announce it.
Shelly be there, right?
Listen to me. Luis Ortiz, promoter, Dade County Promotions, turned down those offers.
Yes.
And that is only indication that Wilder Ortiz fight is happening next. If that doesn't, man, I'm not gonna call Lewis any names except that I feel very bad and sorry for him.
And that's why I told y'all a couple weeks ago you can't call Ortiz a duck. As soon as Jay came out here and said that, hey, Lewis was going to get $5 million and he was happy with that, I knew it had to be something else. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Jay said the promoter wouldn't let him take it, and that pretty much lines up with exactly what Eddie showed you or it's telling you.
Bruh, but this is the thing. Look, I defend Al Heyman, and I try to look for the silver lining in things, or just the opposite argument, just to fucking ruffle the feathers. But, like, how?
When a nigga got you under contract, Al Heyman can't help you.
You're not listening. How does that promoter promise Lewis the same amount of money in the Wilder fight? Not only that, I seen the Texas, brother. If he loses, how does that promoter promise Luis Ortiz the same amount of money in the return fight? How?
Hey, man. Don't look here. That's the promoter fight fault. He was trying to get more money for himself.
He needed to do something.
He wasn't trying to get more money for Luis Ortiz. But we got to understand that. Jay made it
clear. Jay wasn't even, and Jay listens to the show. Jay Geminis calls this show. Jay, you wasn't even replying, champ. At one point, I thought that was fake because it was all blue. You know, but we got our phones.
Hold on. Maybe Jay was told not to reply from Dade County. Maybe
listen. He eventually replied. Like, I eventually seen a great text, but at the end of the day, my man, when we talking about that many million, again, I'm gonna always go to what Wilder told me because I
ain't never made $1 million, so $7 million sound big to you.
Exactly. $7 million sound like, nigga, the minute you text me, I gotta text you back. And maybe to them it ain't like that, and I get that. But to me and the fans, man, you hit me. Bro, before that, yo, I just seen the bubbles. I'm already like this. Hey, yo, look, Mike. Yeah. This must be Eddie and them. I'm ready. My fingers is on the phone, okay? Come on, man.
Nigga, my shit would have already had like a motherfucking text made up just ready to send.
Now it's cool. It's cool. We got guys like Wilder tell, hey, man, you know everything you see, blah, blah, blah. You don't know. Okay. So somehow Ortiz is gonna get that. Like somehow he gonna get that money. And I know my argument in the past was like, okay, Ortiz might feel more comfortable with Wilder. He's boxed 12 rounds, 10-9 rounds with Wilder. You know, he hurt Wilder in the 7th. He could be like Wilder, betting on himself, willing to take less money to get the belt because the unification with AJ's more. If they offering you $7 million, which they didn't even offer Wilder that for the first negotiations, right? What would they offer you if you had the belt?
But that just goes back to like what you said about Dominic Brazil. You know what I'm saying? He could have played hardball and forced the fight go to first bid. Eddie and them would have bidded on it and could have got like however much money. But for some reason he trusted Al and trusted that Al has his best interest in and that Al from the outside looking in apparently had to pay him. You know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show you that if you're an Al Haymon fighter and he's been taking care of you and he's been doing good for you, shit, you gonna ride with him.
Yo,
that's why Earl said it's me and Al versus everybody against the world.
It's just weird, bro.
And this coming from y'all, the perceived top rank pusher or whatever, whatever they call me nowadays, or the zone lover or matchroom lover, whatever.
I mean, it's just difficult. It's really difficult because then you see, because people want to blame it on Al, but then you see a guy like Andy Ruiz get the fight at the drop of a dime, which I know the story to that now too. You know, spoke to Ruiz, spoke to Eddie. Ruiz DM Eddie like, yo, please give me that fight. I promise you, I will let my hands go. I promise you, I will put on a show. I could beat AJ. Bruh, and I'm sure he said it. Eddie said he got like 24 messages from 24 heavyweights. But that just shows that there is no restrictions. That the man is the brand and the franchise.
90 seconds.
And everyone works for you. This man just got to deal. Let me tell you something. I mean, what I might be saying might not be cool or like I didn't get clearance. But I'm saying like he never told me this is off record. Like we were just talking. I ain't never feel like turning on my camera because I casually met him, so didn't know who he was till we got into discussing it.
Who that again?
The manager.
60 seconds.
The manager of Jose Benavidez and David Benavidez and Dominic Brazil.
Andy Ruiz.
No, Andy Ruiz. Manny Robles was with Dominic Brazil.
So dig this. Similar to what? James Prince and Floyd, right? I don't know because that wasn't my time, but how the story goes is James Prince lent Floyd the money to buy out his contract.
Aaron I thought Aaron had to pay. No, okay. James Prince paid Aaron for Floyd to get out. Gotcha. Yeah.
So, rumor has it.
Or was it the other way around?
Why would it be the other way around? Arum owns the fighter, allegedly, back in those days, you know, but the fighter works for the promoter. But rumor has it, because my man told me, but Al gave
10
money.
10 seconds.
James Prince?
No. Al gave Ruiz the money to buy himself out the contract. And that's what he said. So this is what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand why they love Al. So Al gave him the money to buy himself out his contract, and the way that his manager / attorney, because he's a lawyer too, receives that is Al believes in his fighters. And I'm like, what you mean by that? He's like, bro, he gave him the money to buy himself out his contract. I'm like, all right, so what? But it was interest, right? You had to pay interest back on that shit. He like, nah. I'm like, what? What? That's crazy. Come on, you ain't saying nothing on that. Like, that's crazy.
No. What it is
no interest.
Al's a private.
I mean, the rumor is already that Al only gets 10%. That's already bottom feeder low compared to everybody.
Al been getting money since the music days,
I
bro.
I hear you, but come on.
Shit, he putting out, bro. What did my guy Kevin Ford came on here and say? He was going to the OJs and the Earth back then. That shit was huge, you know what I'm saying? So Al big getting money. So and the music business does not have a Ali Act. I'm just gonna say that. But Al is just doing what private investors do when they invest in a company or a entity. He sees Andy Ruiz or any other fighter that he deems worth it as a private investment. And if that private investment goes to expenses or you buying yourself out of your contract, so be it. Smart businessman, man. Smart businessman. He's an advisor. He's not a promoter. He's not out here tampering. So he's definitely well ahead of the curve when it comes to that. And I don't even know if they really want you to leak that information, my brother.
Well, he didn't tell me it was off the record, and that's just, I'm following the rules of journalism. If you don't tell me it's off the record, it ain't off the record. It's just
I
that
feel
simple.
you, but damn, that's a cold blooded move, right? Not cold blooded, but that's a fucking strategic and brilliant move. Better
I
word.
mean, listen, and there's more to the story. Dazn wanted.
You sure you want to give up more to the story?
Dazn wanted Ruiz. Dazn wanted Ruiz. He was actually talking to Eddie first, which is crazy. Crazy. Yep.
Anything else exciting or memorable came out of that thing? I see y'all really didn't get to get no time with AJ.
There's a few other things. There's a
you
few
going
other
at James.
things that.
I mean, not you
What?
going at Jack for saying that AJ not like whatever. I'll let you tell it.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to bring up that topic without the antagonist in Jack or at least Elms. Then it makes me look like a hater, But I just remain true to my statement, bro. Wilder's the true champ. It's not because of his treatment to me. It's because of his treatment to all. It's just that simple, He finds the time, man. He's not a yes man. He doesn't allow someone to move him and escort him and, like physically grab him and like, yo, my man. This is AJ's second time telling me yes, he will interview with me. This time he even went like yeah, come on, pounded his fist, gets in the interview stance, and Neil just takes him away. Like, it's like, bro, are you not a man? Like, that shit is getting aggravating, And it would be okay if this was a normal setting, but I mean, this was invitation only. Like, I was meant to be there. Like, I even had a +1. So it's just insane, insane. And I really would like to sit down with him. There's plenty of things that I would like to talk to him about, But we never get that opportunity. He always finds time to talk off
Radio.
camera.
He always finds time for Radio Raheem.
Forget Radio Raheem. He always finds time to talk to me off camera. Like, he can say things when the camera's not rolling. When I need the camera to be rolling, he's got to be escorted or ushered along. It's crazy.
Nigga, you you can't. I play AJ. You content, bro. I cannot record you, man.
And that's the issue, right? It's like, come on, man. It's Memorial Day, for God's sakes. I got there at 4:30 for an event that started at 5. I left at like 9:22. Ron left later than that because Ron wanted to get Eddie. I already had got Eddie, so he stuck around even later than that. And you're telling me for nearly 4 hours, you couldn't find 2 minutes. Mind you, I asked plenty of people to help too, to try to bridge that,
All right, see, that's when the wheels come into play.
And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Because none of these other entities are asking the questions that we want to know. It's just the bottom line. No one's asking the shit that we want to know.
And I'm not gonna ask her how we gonna ask her either. Wish we had a podcast road that nigga.
I would like to know why there is this huge pressure on Wilder to visit his fight when Wilder made it clear that he's never gone to a fight. Like, I would just like to ask that. Like, why have you never been to a Wilder fight? Just that one answer, just to see where that's at. Maybe he might, stay generic and say something like, I don't want to go there. I've said it in the past. If the fight isn't signed, I don't want to be in front of a guy that, for what? You know, because I've heard him say those things in interviews, like, you know, the hoopling and the hollering for what? If there ain't no fight, he don't like that energy. And I get you. But there's pressure, you know. Like, I spoke to Adam Smith, and he's like, well, AJ's not like Wilder and Fury. That's why we invite Wilder. That's why Fury showed up to Wilder at the Barclays Center after Spielka. AJ's not like that, so he gets a pass? I don't get it. So you're inviting Wilder. He's like, man, we've invited Wilder, because Sky invited Wilder. Not Eddie, not AJ, but Sky's invited Wilder. Not on a commentating capacity, but they said they would if he wanted to. They just want him to be there. He just wants to help edge this fight along, Adam Smith does. And I get it. But why isn't this help being pushed in the other direction? Like, why didn't we get AJ, who was in Miami? Like, when are we ever going to have it so easy? Like, a lot of people like to say, well, he was in training camp. And I get that. But fighters break from training camp all the time for media obligations. And this would have been the red carpet of all red carpets.
And it's not even that, bro. They had Sky Sports commentary over here working the fight. Slide him in for like 5 minutes. Slide him out. You ain't gotta have him talk to Showtime or anything like that. You can have him actually sitting down, call the first round. You know what I'm saying? Call the first round of the fight, do a little 5-minute segment, you know what I'm saying? And then you usher him off, you know what I'm saying? That's how you could do it, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't want to do it like that either. Maybe he turned Sky down. Who knows?
So for people that are like in the chat and they're like, come on, man, after all you guys have said, you want AJ to give you time. I think that's the reason why we deserve the time, right? Because we're consistently the ones challenging him, you know, and we've had the other party sit down. Think about it. Like, don't be biased. Think about this objectively. Shelly comes on the show and has been on the show simultaneously with Wilder and Fury and Eddie. The missing part has always been AJ, but you guys allow him to be above that. He doesn't get chastised by you guys for that. I don't get it. But I hear you. I mean, we'll see when the fight happens, man. Look,
it's like this, bro. Some fighters just like mover. Some fighters just not built, you know what I'm saying, for the they might not want to go have an interview with somebody that they feel like have spoken badly on. I don't know, man. Some fighters are just like that.
I don't believe that because
some athletes are just like that.
I don't believe that because his energy is in that way, and we've interviewed before, you know.
Yeah.
His energy isn't like that. Like, come on, bro. When I try to get an interview from Bud, I know he doesn't want to interview me for personal reasons. He gives me the look. You can see that. AJ ain't got that energy. AJ's still friendly. You know, body language is still, like I told you, he pounded his fist. Like, yeah, what's up? Let's do it. You know?
Okay. That might not be a good thing. He pounded his fist at you.
Man, get out of here, bro. You dreaming. But anyway, let's go to the callers, man. Let's open up these lines. A lot of haters in the chat sniping y'all. Straight lace. Snipe. Bye.
We got a super chat from Pterodactyl. You don't challenge Wilder.
Last I checked, I just challenged him. Who pressed him on the motherfucking Dillian White? And that's just one on the last interview. So beat it, Pterodactyl. Thanks for the pocket change to say lies.
Who pressed him on the fucking percentage of the who's next? You know what? Go get AJ out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
That broke news. That went viral. You know, so say we don't press them.
They know, bro. They know how it's gonna be. We gonna get the same answers. The same way they say, "Oh, look, Wilder exposed himself. He said he don't want to fight AJ." It will be the same. We will expose AJ too. He will get caught in some inconsistencies that he's been talking about, bruh. Like, but we'll get that opportunity, man. Listen, I was invited, so all you haters, you were not. We were. You know, had Mike been in the area, you know, he's landing Thursday, he would have been there. We were invited with a +1. It'll happen. We the little engine that could. We just gonna keep working.
Haters, haters.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Hey, man.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
We ain't even get no contact number for him. You got any like Florida numbers over there that don't look like
for AJ?
No, for Tarver, man. Come on, bro. For AJ. Did you get any like? Do you see any Florida numbers over there that looks unfamiliar to you?
Come on, bro. There would be no.
Let me look at. I don't know what.
Did they say he's on the line? I don't see him.
I'm just saying Javier didn't get no contact number for him, so I wouldn't know.
We'll reschedule, man. Keep that off air. We're gonna go out to these callers. We got some masterminds. We're going out to Joseph in Texas. Talk to me.
What up, Ness? Mike. Good morning, fellas. Hey, Ness. Earlier, were you talking about when Pacquiao was supposedly he had agreed to terms to go to Golden Boy, and there was a big I think it was like a big dispute that he was still a top-ranked fighter and Oscar had already paid him and stuff like that. I think it was around the time of the Pacquiao-Shane Mosley fight. Is that kind of what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, it was a rumor that someone, either Top Rank or Golden Boy, dropped $250,000 on Pacquiao, and they had to settle that.
Yeah, I think it was Oscar initially, but then Pacquiao still had some fights on his deal, and it was a big mess. Because I remember Pacquiao was supposed to go to Golden Boy, and that's also part of what prolonged the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. So that's really what I caught about. That piqued my interest. I follow that, closely. But now I just wanted to see if that's what you were talking about. If I remember that correctly, I can't remember the whole scenario, but I do remember something like that. There was a big controversy. And that's really what started the beef between Top Rank and Golden Boy, where they weren't working together for a few years. But that's my comment.
All right, Joseph, man, thanks for calling in. Checking these lines. Lids low, talk to me.
Decatur, Georgia, what's the business?
Hey, what's happening? Good morning, fellas. Hey, I just want to give y'all another way of looking at this whole Anthony Joshua too. So y'all think about it. They hit debut in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how New York gonna necessarily take him once the crowd get there. Not to mention Deontay Wilder need to go there. See, he called the shots about Deontay Wilder coming over there, going in the ring and shit. He over here in the U.S. now. If Deontay show with his presence and the debut in the U.S. in New York, and that boy Andy Ruiz in that ring, I'm telling you, upset coming. That's my call him out.
Yes, sir.
Lids low, thanks for calling in. Dominic, Seattle. Buenos dias.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, yo, did y'all see the Radio Raheem interview?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Mike did.
Hey, tell me why, when they asked him what was the scars on Anthony Joshua's face, he was like, oh, this is just physio. Like, damn well you got your ass beat in sparring, bro.
Yo, one bruise doesn't mean you got beat, dog. Like, what the fuck?
Well, okay, but what is physio, though? Like, why would he use some, surgical, word or something? That's what they say when you're going to, emergency, you got some type of
It just doesn't,
emergency.
It still doesn't indicate that he got his ass beat in sparring, bro. Like, you could get a black eye in sparring and drop the dude.
Physio? You're not answering my question. Why would he use physio when he could have just said, hey, it was from sparring?
Bruh, maybe he talking about physical therapy, man, recovery for the body.
Man, Anthony Joshua be speaking in riddles. he speaks to people like everybody's a kid.
I hear you, champ.
That's my call.
All right, Dominic, thanks for calling in, man. Let me make sure we got no boomerangs or masterminds. We're going to Marcus in DC. Talk to me. Bueno dia.
Yo, what's good, Barker's voice, man? Yo, check Andy out. I mean, check fucking Ruiz out. Yo, let me just drop a dime on most people, man. Yo, that was like Pacquiao had dinner with Oscar. Oscar gave the man a suitcase. Bob said, man, I threatened to sue the man if he took the suitcase. He had to return the suitcase. I can't remember if it was $750,000 or $1 million.
I thought it was $250,000 at the airport.
I thought it was $250, but it was either $250 or $750. I do remember that. But let me just say this to people, man. Bob Arum is a Harvard Law School graduate. You know what I'm saying? And Al Heyman is a Harvard Business School graduate. And if anybody's wondering why the heavyweights I don't mean heavyweights as in the actual fighters, how come the heavyweights in this promotion stuff is really just dealing with Al and Bob, it's their background, their education background that they bring in from outside of boxing. You know, when you say, if Al gave somebody $750,000 and you say no without interest, man, open your eyes. Every business, that's your marketing budget. If I give out a whole bunch of free fucking samples of dog food, and you come back and you buy a 40-pound bag of the dog food, I've compensated what you would consider my compensation from interest by giving you this initial sample was in my marketing budget. If giving $750,000 to a fighter and not asking for no money back, it breeds loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And once you're loyal to me, think about as a business owner how much more money I'm making off of a person even when I'm paying them. If they pay you $20 an hour, believe somebody's getting $45 to $50 per hour off of the usage of your services. So don't get caught up in, oh man, you pay us $20 an hour. I'm like, dummy, that means he makes $45 on you. What are you thinking? So it's the same premise.
Cut it.
Going out. What happened?
No, I'm about to say who we got up next.
We're going out to the UK.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, yo, Skepta, on to them boy. Oh, yeah, talk the boy, go suck out your mama bumbo. And give your father.
When my name come up,
Hey, yo.
respect.
Yeah, that's it. When my name come out, respect it. Yeah, you know what? I've been away for a little while, but yeah, just had to ring in just to say that show with Wilder was dope. Loved it. I had to give you some props. I think my favourite moment of the show was when Wilder was doing H Money's little intro as well, singing it.
Yeah, when the people's chant, man, listening to the audience, you know, that's how much of the people's champ he is. He even knows the haters, because H Money was a hater at first. Remember that. He ain't like Wilder at first. And Wilder addressed him in a Patreon interview. And then H Money started changing his tune. But that just goes to show, man, because AJ knows he listens to this fucking show. He know it. Like they ain't send him this shit every time Wilder's on here or Shelly Finkel, like he don't listen. Get the fuck out of here.
I'd have to say still, I respect Wilder a lot more after that interview. I already respected him. But he didn't throw it on the UK fans as well. So, yeah, I'm sending a huge amount of love for Wilder. Yeah, and freaking, yeah, I'm not getting involved in this US bullshit. I know it sells for you guys, but it's bullshit. It don't make no sense. We ain't trying to fuck up anyone's money out here. We're going to support everything. Right, take it easy, guys. Oh, and one last thing. Where's Entitled?
Dude, I was at the press conference yesterday. That was from 5 to 8. I have to leave from New Jersey, so I didn't leave my house till 3 p.m. I was out there almost till 10 for y'all.
It's all right, okay. It's still coming, though.
Yes.
All right, okay.
All right.
Take it easy. Peace.
Damn, no love, yo. And let me tell you, when I got back, I text Mike. Like, how many times did I text you, Mike? You ain't even reply. Actually, you replied, but it took you a little bit of time, though.
No, I was doing something else.
I know. But it wasn't like I was going to do no show at that time, bro. I had to upload. Fell asleep uploading. Still got to make the Eddie interview public because I see someone asking me, yes, I got interviews that are uploaded I need to release and will be doing that soon enough. Thank you for the support. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're watching the show. It helps with the visibility.
Yeah, man. 600 folk watching, 150
maybe
thumbs
AJ
up.
could get on here. And let me tell you why I know he watches, Mike, because I talked to his gang again. Remember the last time I seen him? His gang, you know, all the dudes he flies with. Everybody, if you check his IG that was in that jet, they all know me. We all talking. You know, they call me the hater. They know I'm a little hater, you know, but they know me. And they even attempted to help me get the interview. You know what I mean? Because they knew the Neil situation, so they had to get past Neil for me. And they only them had the access. So that's what I'm telling you. It's like, come on, bruh. He know what it is. But when I get the couch, he gonna have to sit down. He gonna have to sit down. And then that's when it's gonna go down. Troy, Baltimore. What up, hater?
Trying to get AJ on the couch.
Hell yeah. Chelsea Lately style. Oprah Winfrey style.
Damn, you trying to get him on the couch?
Arsenio Hall style, yeah.
Okay, finally you came up with a guy.
Thank you for the title, man. Thank you for the title. I appreciate it. But let me give you some advice, man. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar. As big and as tough as
apparently, you get more with the couch.
Honey.
He may. You can't fuck my honey, man, because she ain't your type. But anyway, like I was saying, you're gonna get more with honey than with vinegar. In Joshua's case, man, maybe it's just your approach, brother, because I can give you this, right?
Troy,
when
be
you
honest,
talk
Troy.
about Wilder,
Troy, be honest. Would you or would you not love for us to interview him on the podcast the way we interview all the other fighters?
Of course, but
All
you
right,
gotta let me finish so I can make some sense to you. All right? I'm going to give you some credit because when you do talk about Wilder, every now and then you'll say some things that are very credible, and then you'll go off and be, you know, just shining up the manhood, right? You just shine him up, and that don't serve a purpose. But with Joshua, maybe if you would approach it in a similar fashion, you could say, okay, well, Joshua is not doing this, but I appreciate him for doing that. Maybe he'll give you the interview that you want.
So are you saying that I don't give Joshua credit on this show? Come on, man. I've defended him throughout whole shows on this show when people try to discredit his resume or something.
He hasn't been on your show, and he has no reason not to come on your show other than maybe he feels he won't get a fair shake, brother.
Bruh, the simple fact that the other heavyweight champs were on this show and talk about him on this show.
There's only one other heavyweight champ.
Fury's been on here too. That's what I'm saying. At the same time, it was Wilder, Fury, Shelley Finkel, and
I got
Eddie
that,
Hearn.
brother, but you don't understand. You don't seem to understand.
He ruined the magical moment.
They're two different. Okay, they're two different breeds of animals, man. Fury's a showman, first of all. Wilder is an attention guy. He loves the attention, and you two have a rapport. Right? All I'm saying is maybe you be a little bit more cordial and you stroke his ego just like you stroke Wilder's ego a lot, but you are honest when you speak at times. Okay? And maybe the brother will come on your show then. But
listen,
I don't
I'm
really
just
believe
trying to
you
do
feel
it
he'll
for
get
y'all.
a fair shake.
Cut it. I'm trying to do it for y'all.
Cut it.
You know? So you guys get, you know, because there's AJ fans like there's Wilder fans, you know? That's how I feel. I feel he owes it to you, the public. You know? Not me, but you, the public. Who we got? Rod in the 870. Talk to me. Rod in the 870. Once, twice. Checkmate boxing. Talk to me.
Hey, yeah, what's up, fellas? Hey, listen, my issue with this is he's inviting, and they're upset that Wilder don't show up. But again, he had the opportunity to come, and he didn't come. And so this is another opportunity for them to try to have one up on him and sun him. They've been doing it. The disrespect is just too much, man. And another thing is, you know, AJ was saying he can't believe Wilder didn't sign a contract for $120 million to fight him. First of all, that was a 4-fight deal. Wilder will make more than $100 million for one AJ pay-per-view, you know. And so even all this is said, you know, AJ still hasn't adequately answered the question about the $50 million that we all know is factual, because we saw we heard that from Espinosa, and I was a part of that conversation that they took part on Twitter. So it just all this disrespect coming from the woods to AJ camp, and the fact he's not even giving you interviews, like, isn't this part to build his profile in America and not act all pompous like he won some Grey Poupon, pardon me, and sip his tea with his pinky finger extended? Man, this is a bunch of bull. And I'm gonna say one last thing before you cut me off, Ness. You called me a hater yesterday just because I said I want him to have some adversity against Ruiz. I want him to go through some adversity. I want him to win because I want the Wilder fight, but I need him to go through some adversity to make the Wilder fight easier. Because if he knocks Ruiz out in one round, then he's still on his pompous horse again. That's it. Anything to say that? Since you called me a hater, I want to see if you want to clear that up a bit?
I'm just saying, the way you phrased it yesterday, man, it sounded like you wanted him to lose or see him go through some stuff.
No, I don't want him to lose. I don't want him to lose. I need him to win. This makes the fight even better, but I need him to. I don't want him to go through a one-round knockout. That's just going to put him back on his high horse again. You know what I mean? So I want him to go through his lumps and bumps and bruises, but I'm going to actually make a bet that it's going to AJ is going to win by by distance. I don't think he's going to knock him out. So therefore, I'm placing a bet. I think AJ is going to win. But again, I'm thinking it's going to distance.
Why you worried about that main horse, man? As long as he ain't riding yours. You feel me?
Brandon, but he's a fan. We supposed to worry about, Brandon, talk to me in Cincinnati.
About his high horse? He's been put on a pedestal. He's going to remain there.
Brandon must be busy. We got Touch Potential.
Hello?
Oh, you ain't busy. Go ahead, Brandon.
Oh, yeah. But, first and foremost, I want to say, AJ, I don't know who cut your hair when you was in Florida, my G. Hop in a motherfucking Uber to Harlem or Brooklyn somewhere while you in New York. Get your shit fixed, man. Your shit is fucked up. They did your hairline dirty, my nigga. But as far as the fight, I'm about as excited for it as I was for the Dominic Brazil Wilder fight, which is not much. These is pretty much, lesser opposition, dead weight guys that's just in the way. So, I'm excited to see him because I love boxing, but am I excited to see him like not going out this Saturday to, watch him? Nah, it's another one of those fights I'll probably catch the playback on. Until they start fighting each other, the top three, I really don't give a fuck. But that's my call.
I don't believe him. He gonna watch that shit live.
Every day that I'm in making
Motherfuckers out here ducking and shit. Yo, who we got? We got Vito in Malaysia. Talk to me.
Yo, Vito.
Yo, what's up?
What up, Vito?
Ness, Ness, correct me if I'm wrong. You said I didn't join the show from the beginning, so I don't know if this is accurate or not. But you said something about if Ortiz don't get the fight, you say sorry. Like if he missed out on that he missed out on the 7 million, right?
He said he'll feel sorry for him.
I feel sorry for him. I won't criticize him. I won't laugh because it would be a sad situation that he decided to wait for a Wilder fight and not get it and pass up on that offer that, we see is real or was real.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we know it wasn't Ortiz because even talking to Eddie on camera, he says it wasn't Ortiz. It is Dade County, but this is his manager, and he makes that clear. So, ultimately, the promoter still has that contract with the fighter, man, so they got to be on the same page. It's just a sad situation to know that money was really there and that man, having a daughter with a sickness wasn't able to take that fight. That's fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, it is crazy. But from what I'm hearing, from what I'm reading online and stuff, actually, you could say the same for Wilder because allegedly he earned 10 million for the Brazil fight while he turned down 20 million to fight Brazil. So you can say the same for him as well. Yeah, from what all indications points that Wilder and his team are the one holding the fight because they already had that plan. They already had the three. They just entertained the Dazn offer to just see what they had, not that they wanted to take the fight. That's my call. Wilder and his team.
Cut it.
Yo, Vito, bad call.
Alabama.
I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby. No more hiding, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
Boxingvoice.com.
Here, man, what's poppin'? Hey, my pop's a pretty good barber, bro. We can get AJ shit back together, man. Cause whatever nigga in Miami, they stole that.
Yeah, I don't know, my nigga. I've been seeing your cuts just come. I've been seeing a couple
I ain't
of
had a
cuts.
cut in like 3 weeks, Mike. Leave me alone, bro.
I'm talking about when
we
I
ain't
seen you
said
with
nothing
the cut.
about your V-shaped hairline, nigga.
Hey,
Don't
nigga,
start
at
with me,
least it's
Mike.
my hairline, nigga, and that my haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, this what y'all get on Conflicted English
That
podcast.
nigga-
Anyways,
Hey, he said my pop's a pretty good barber. Shit.
Hey, bitch, it's my call.
You don't even go to your own daddy. What the fuck you talking about?
I'm busy. Can I get my call up? Damn. Hey, AJ said he want to sit down with Wilder. And this when you need to send that message to Eddie like, hey, my nigga, I can get you Wilder.
Eddie said the same shit. Eddie said he wanted them to sit down in the same room. I said, bro, you really act like, no, that was Adam Smith. I'm like, you really act like just because they agree on something, the promoters is going to do what they say.
No.
They still going to find reasons why whatever they came up with doesn't work.
Bro, you should have been talking to Eddie. You should have, when you was next to AJ, you should have been, look, bro, fuck them promoters, all that shit. Nigga, I got the hookup. I can get you and Wilder set up tomorrow, nigga.
I can't set that shit up, man. Wilder don't, you know him. Come on, bro. You know.
Send, bro. Fuck that.
Send you. You out there. Go ahead. You don't need me to send you do nothing. Go do it. Put it together, Chain.
I'm telling you, got all the numbers, nigga. You got direct numbers to people. I'm telling you, look, Wilder.
Bruh,
come on tomorrow.
You in the town,
AJ.
man. Come through with the ribs and, get it done.
With the ribs, nigga, what is going on? I'm talking about calling people. You talking about cooking ribs, nigga.
Yeah, because if you come through straight, go through the gym, you in the town. You make no sense. You want me to
you want me to go all the way to Wilder?
You asking me to call Wilder to set up this backroom meeting with Eddie when you in his town.
No. Not Eddie, AJ, and Wilder, nigga. We don't need Eddie. Fuck Eddie right now.
AJ and Wilder, whatever the point is, bro. Come on, man. All
right, bro. You want me to be the promoter? I got you.
No, I want you to get it done. I want to see your work, man.
Cut it.
Because I done tried, man. I remember one time in Chicago, Eddie told me, like, man, look, get him on the phone for me. I'm like, bruh. He like, no. He not interested, bruh. That shit got to come with a term sheet and some zeros attached to it, man. Let's go out to
Boxingvoice.com.
It's money to shit. Working that wrist. Ballin' like Swish. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick. I'm whipping the work.
Hey, yo, what's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. Dazn, the Boxing Voice 2019 Rookie of the Year in this fight week. Once again, Anthony Joshua, the cash cow. Yes, sir. Deontay Wilder has put the pressure on. He has put the pressure on Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua, he must win by knockout. There's no excuses. And I believe he will win by knockout. Anthony Joshua, he will catch a body. He will step up to the plate. His American debut will be a classic. Everybody tune in and watch the zone. Eddie Hearn, E-Money took over the game. He took over boxing. Hey, yo, Ness, tell Eddie Hearn I said what's up. Tell E-Money what he do. And Devin the Dream Haney. Tell Devin Haney I said what up. Let's go. And then I want to call Devin Haney Mr. Dazn. I want to give Devin Haney my name. Let's go. Deontay Wilder. He's the longest reigning heavyweight champion in the world. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Let's set the meeting up, man. Let's do it. Deontay Wilder, the true heavyweight champion. It's fight week. Let's go. Dazn. I told everybody, Dazn, Anthony Joshua, he's a superstar. He's a major star. Meek Mill's at the fight. What's up with Meek Mill? What's up with it? Let's go.
H Money.
H Money is shit.
Who we got?
Working everywhere.
Who we got? Deej on a boomerang.
Yo, when you've been boomeranging in, I was just listening to the show, so.
Okay. We got Touch Potential. Talk to me.
What's going on, Touch?
Touch.
Yo, Touch.
Going once.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Oh, my God.
My nigga, can you not hear us, bro? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's the business?
Yeah, what's happening, man? Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I just wanted to put my 10 pence into the situation. I've now reversed my my prior thoughts, and I'm supporting both guys, both AJ and Wilder, both kings. But one thing I'm disappointed in is that Wilder are just following Eddie Shelley Finkel, and you guys ain't calling out on it because he seems like the only problem in the whole situation. What Eddie wants it, AJ wants it.
I can't even understand
Wilder
what you're saying. Are you on a fucking treadmill or something, bro?
Nah.
No.
Like, is this nigga getting a dick suck or something? What's going on?
I was moving.
What the fuck? He on the elliptical over there, bruh.
Sorry. No, I'm in the office. I'm in the office. I was moving around. Now, what I was saying is that it's clearly Finkel was the one that's holding this up, and why ain't the pressure being put on him?
Man, listen, I emailed Finkel, man. He was only available for Friday, and Friday we got Border Wars, so you know, we have to see what his schedule's looking like for next week. But we'll get Finkel back on. See, but that's the issue. You guys always want pressure put on somebody. When the fuck we could put pressure on AJ? Why you only want
AJ
pressure put on? AJ wants it.
He said he wants it.
What the fuck? Wilder said he wants it. We can't believe these fucking guys. Eddie said Wilder sold fucking 6,000 tickets. Come on, guys. The truth we get from AJ. That's who we get it from. We ain't never get to talk to him. Got these Muppets out here fucking interviewing him, asking nothing. Bunch of bullshit. M Stacks, talk to me.
If you're asking nothing.
Yeah, right, Ness. They ain't asking them nothing. They ain't asking nothing we're interested in. All excited about this fight,
bro. Let me
Mike?
tell you something. I'm gonna start your time over. I just remembered about some shit. Radio Raheem asked AJ. I happened to walk into his interview and he's like, "Yo, tell me why you're the real heavyweight champion of the world." Something that I say on here all the fucking time, that he ain't the real heavyweight champ. That my champ is the real fucking heavyweight champ. You know what his answer was?
What?
I don't know. Fucking done, man. I'm done. I'm done to this day. And that's another thing. When he finished the interview, Wilder riding, slogan jocking.
Oh, not you too.
Slogan jocking though. But his fucking team and his fucking fans, they don't see that. But he's slogan jock to this day. Yo, he's Wilder's biggest fan. And Dillian White is the other cheerleader. Motherfucker, yo, check Dillian White's last 7 posts, dog. Insane. I cannot believe that. I thought Wilder was lying when he said that. I checked the Instagram. His last 7 fucking posts. That's crazy. You psycho, man. Go get yourself a girlfriend. Go ahead, M. Stacks. I'm sorry, man.
Y'all excited about this fight?
Hell yeah, man. Come on, it's AJ. Don't act like you ain't excited. We ain't won Brazil and we still got excited. Y'all be hating, man. You know you excited. You gonna watch this shit.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it live. I ain't watched the Povetkin fight live. I don't get excited for this guy's fights no more. Last fight I got excited for was the Klitschko fight. I mean, we talk about all these offers that Wilder turned down. I thought Joshua would be making his biggest payday with all these offers that he's offering. And all these offers, what did Joshua turn down after he turned down that $50 million and Wilder accepted the $15 million? How much was Joshua supposed to make? How much did he turn down to fight Povetkin? That's what I want to know. Y'all got an answer for that?
Of course not, but we all know if he would have fought Wilder instead of Povetkin, it would have been his highest payday. So we obviously took less money to fight Povetkin, but you know.
I'm just so sick of this dude fucking lying. Last year he said he was going to unify. I mean, he's telling the truth and then he's lying. Like, I'm just so sick of this fake ass, pussy ass heavyweight champion. Like, a lot of people roll with fake in America. Look at Kim Kardashian. She got famous from sucking Ray J dick. And look, she's successful. I mean, you can make it here in America being fake, but you're not going to be accepted at all. By all is what I'm saying. He's a fake champ, a paper champ, all right? He's a promoter of shit. His promoter don't know what he's doing. Got Bob
I'm not on board with that. His
I'm about to say I'm not that shit. I'm
not
even on board with Kim K shit.
You don't have to be on board, bro. Look at the ticket sales, bro. Look who he's fighting, bro. He's not fighting nobody.
Wait. Ticket sales, they $1,500 from a sellout, even though the source is Eddie Hearn. Mike, what you say you ain't on board with the AJ shit, with the Ray J shit?
Kim K shit, bro.
What you mean? She did get famous for that. That's how everybody first found her.
I think everybody really knew her by her last name. Her daddy did get off O.J. Simpson, did he? I mean, I'm just.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
No, when she came popping, you know what I'm saying? She had a little movie. But since the movie, like, nigga, she done a lot more to distance herself from just being known as somebody to, you know, in my opinion. And she just got out, like, I think she got out 2 or 3 people.
Yo, we good, man. Untitled, man. Untitled coming to a Patreon show near you where Mike tells you all his Kim K for Kardashian fantasies, man.
I ain't got no fantasies, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I like Kylie, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no Kim. I like the youngest one that Tyler had, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not Tyler.
Yo, did we get the T-Plums? What up? We got to you?
Yeah, we got to him. He was.
Nah, y'all ain't get to me yet.
Oh, never mind.
What up? So since yesterday y'all designated me, I came to redeem myself today.
Okay, how you gonna do that?
What happened?
So,
he said we designated him a hater yesterday.
Nah, y'all designated the Riddler yesterday.
Oh, the Riddler. Yeah. That's right.
So I was trying to
go high, go low.
Point, I'm gonna make it easy. I'm gonna make it simpler. So basically, the narrative now is that Brazil wasn't a competitor with Wilder, but Ruiz competitor with AJ. So my thing, I'm gonna ask y'all a few questions. Who beat Andy Ruiz?
Joseph Parker.
Who beat Joseph Parker?
AJ and Dylan White.
Thank you. Who beat Dominique Brazil before Wilder?
AJ.
Who else?
That's it.
And who beat AJ?
Nobody.
Exactly. That's the point I'm making. The point I was trying to make is that Dominique Brazil is only beat by undefeated champions. But Ruiz was beat by Joseph Parker, who was beat by undefeated champion.
No. He was an undefeated champion, champ. At the time, at the time he wasn't a champion. It was a vacant title shot. You're right.
And another dude and the 2 people that beat Joseph Parker was an undefeated champion and a contender, I guess you call him, Dylan White. So the point that I'm making is their resumes show that both of them are valid opponents for a championship. And you can't just credit Dominique Brazil for losing Wilder and AJ, but credit Andy Ruiz for losing to Joseph Parker, who lost to Dylan White and AJ.
They said the Riddler's back again.
That's the point I was trying to make. Do y'all get it now?
I guess, man. I guess you're basically trying to say they're both worthy opponents.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know. So now, Ruiz has to lose to 2 undefeated champions for your theory to be like 100, right?
So, but I mean, I'm tired. Fans basically saying he lost to an undefeated champion. He lost to a dude who lost to an undefeated champion and a contender, which is you know what I'm saying. But Dominique Brazil's only tarnish was an undefeated champion. if you get what I'm saying.
I get you, man, but sometimes it's not about resumes. Like, do you think Dominic Brazil's more skilled than Andy Ruiz Jr.?
Nah.
All right, then.
Honestly, no.
All right,
but he's a threat to anybody. He's still a threat. He's still a threat, to be honest, though. But that's all I was trying to say. You know what I mean? That's it.
For sure, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, man. We're going to head on out. Mike, final thoughts, champ?
Just, man, glad to see everybody calling in. Glad to see everybody tuned in. You know what I'm saying? We got a big fight week coming up. We got AJ. I believe we got Devin Alexander back in action. And, yeah, man, Joshua Wladimir, Calvin Smith, Katie Taylor, all the UK, you know what I'm saying, up-and-coming stars are going to be out on full display at Madison Square Garden. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a good look. But I think Anthony Joshua is going to get the job done. But you'll find out which way I'm really leaning on Thursday night. But, yeah, man, follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312 and check out the new little podcast that me and Javier do called Conflicting Ignorance, and you can check that out on YouTube and whatever you want to find it at.
We got Deej on the boomerang that
Deej, what's going on, Deej?
To get to. Deej. He said he crashed. All right, Deej. We out. We tried.
Audi 5001.
Peace.